Hi there, beautiful souls watching. Thank you. Oh, my dear. This one is about Ouija boards. I had a very funny, synchronicity working. I was talking in my psychic senses training group, it's the same more or less like a mediumship development circle where you can exercise and play with other like-minded, interested in using their psychic senses under the mentoring of a trained medium who knows how to work with that and what to do and what not to do. So in my group, someone brought up the theme of the Ouija board and whether it's dangerous or not and so on. And some things to me are just obvious because I think I learned them in my mediumship trainment. And I forget that other people don't know the same because we're always projecting more or less what we are to the outside. So it was very good that they asked me for that and started wondering and pondering and talking about that. And that gave me the idea, oh, maybe I should make a video about Ouija board and some of the tools that are very careful to deal with and to handle with. And right after we talked about that, I saw some videos popping up on YouTube about Ouija boards. So that was the sign, the sums up from the spirit world to make my video about this theme and talk about that. Okay, so here we go. A Ouija board is a form or a tool, and as every tool in itself per se, it is neutral. It depends who uses it, with which vibrational frequency state of his own being, and whom or what he is calling in or addressing. So just to tell you one important thing that I learned in my mediumship trainment, we put a lot of emphasis and importance into the setting, which is almost as important as the set itself. So we prepare our frequency state to get the right connections. We try to heighten our state by using breath work or toning, which I like because toning is both in one. It's breath work and you are vibrating your whole bodily system with sound by toning the vowels, which were in the Hebrew tradition so secret that they didn't even write them down in their language. Their language is only consonants. And you have to find out through the rest of the sentence what is meant. So you had to use at least a little bit of your brain, of your head. And the thing about Ouija boards is you open a contact when you touch it and when you use it. And most people don't know that you have to close the contact as well. Otherwise, you are followed by whatever you invited unknowingly or not. So we do the setting before we start a contact. You have to be conscious and aware about your own vibration state. So you can only attract what you vibrate in the same frequency with. You can work a little bit on your vibration to get it a bit higher, but the funny thing is, like the Greek philosopher Heraclit said, the paradox is the truth, means the contrary. Before you can go up, you have to go down and ground yourself. Without roots, you cannot grow into the higher dimensions. You can try. but you will be like a piece of paper flowing in the wind, and every energy can do with you whatever they like. And if you put out an unspecific call, means you have no address. And even if you have an address, you want to contact your grandpa, your grandma, whomever on the other side in the invisible, there might come a trickster energy pretending that they are your grandmother. And if you don't know how to discern, then you get easily lost and manipulated. And then in the end, you have to close the contact. Just to illustrate what I mean by that, I'm giving you a very simple example as an analogy. The door of your house, your home, where you live, and this is also your home, your temple, your house, where you live in. You're in your soul all the time. You don't leave your door wide open all day and all night long to allow every critter, spider, bug, whatever, to come in, don't you? But astrally, if you use a Ouija board, you're doing exactly that. You open up your door in the astral, and if you don't know how to close it and how to end the contact, then it stays open, and you are followed by what you don't want and don't intend. So the use of a Ouija board is kind of a very, very difficult thing. I keep my hands off because I know about that. And I remember when I was young, 15 or 16, I also, with some girlfriends, we sat around somewhere, don't even remember where and how and when and what. But we all touched, forming a circle with our little fingers, the little finger of the other one. So by that, you're increasing the power because, you know, the sum is more than the single. You can break 1 or 2 matches, but take 20 or 30, you can't break them. So if you form a circle with at least 2 or 3 or more other persons, you are combining all your higher selves, all your auric fields with the frequency of your soul together to one unit. Then you're much stronger. And we played around with that, and I don't know who called somebody or if somebody called something or someone. We just had the touch of our fingers in the circle, and I suddenly felt something. And I was scared, and I took my hands off and broke the circle and broke the contact because I didn't know anything. And so at that point, we did not close that, what we opened, because we were kids just playing around. And now as a grown-up, I know better, especially because of my mediumship training, where you open a contact and you close it again. And you demand more or less or ask the spirit coming for proof, to prove who he is or what the energy is. And the spirits of the deceased ones, they give proof if they are true. And the tricksters, they try to fool you with false proof, which you can easily find out, because if they give you a picture or a word that does not match with your grandma or your grandpa, she never talked that way, she never wore a dress like that, then you know you're on the wrong address. So I'm a bit embarrassed about the whole theme, because I think it's very careless to propagate the use of an instrument like the Ouija board without giving the necessary advice. If you picked up your telephone in the old days, still with the line, you pick it up, you say hello, and you put it down again. And most people with the Ouija board, they don't know that they open a contact and they don't close it properly. That's the big problem. You have to close the connection. So I hope this is helping to clear up some misunderstandings about using different tools. Of course, to me it's so obvious. I forget to say special things like only take what resonates true with you always in every message, every video you are watching. Don't believe me, don't believe anyone else. Only take what resonates true with you and leave the rest. So you can come across videos that have a little bit of truth and it's packed into lies or not knowing or misunderstandings. And I really advise you to exercise your free will and your psychic sense of feeling, because you feel if something is wrong. You've got truth inbuilt in yourself, because your soul that you live in as a bigger energy field is directly connected with Source, because it's a fractal, a part of Source. So truth is also vibrating in you, in your heart. And if someone tells you the truth, you will feel it because your heart resonates with it. And the lies, they always like to attract or to dock on and trigger the mind, the brain, the head. And then you go into polarity. Might that be right or not? So you're on kind of the second dimension, because our brain only works in the second dimension. It knows the polarity of this world, black and white, day and night, sun and moon. And only in the middle you find the peace and the balance. Without balance, nothing will really work. And this universe, created by Source, the one infinite creator Source, is all about balance. That's why we need to bring our system in balance, to come into resonance with the true divine frequency again and reconnect. Although it never left us, it's always with us, and it's up to us to react or to act upon that and to resonate with that. So that's what I wanted to share today. I hope I didn't sound angry, but it's a bit embarrassing to me, this theme that some people propagate using a Ouija board very carelessly. Oh, and my guides are telling me another thing. I am a conscious channeler, means I step aside with my ego, but I'm not giving over my body to allow any other force, energy, or being to step in. And because I am channeling the Elohim, they are, as we all are, multi-dimensional beings, means we have one aspect of our soul living on every dimension. So I am channeling my own 12th dimensional aspect. And no foreign energy is entering into my system. And I would not allow that. It's no good idea to be taken over by anyone foreign to your own vibratory state or to your own microcosmic field. You don't know who that is, and it's hard for a not trained medium or a person just being an empath and feeling something here and there. It's very hard to discern, and we're also here not only to learn and grow in our earth school for the souls, we're also here to discern, to make a good choice, to be really able to exercise our free will in this free will world. So now that's the last thing, and now I can stop. Thank you very much for watching. Blessings, love, and light unto you and your soul path, dear souls. Thanks for watching. Bye.